panel discussion, we will have experts from leading companies to tell us more about how to optimize opportunities and also how to overcome these challenges in the new era. So first of all, let me introduce our moderator, Dr. Ching-Yao Huang, Director of Center of Industry Accelerator and Patent Strategy, NCTU. And now our panelist, Dr. Laurent, Coordinator of La French Tech Taiwan. Please. And Ms. Sansanee, Director of Tech Business Incubation Center, NSTDA. And Mr. Kouichi Matono, Director of Startup Fukuoka. Last but not least, Mr. David Weng, CFO of Asia Silicon Valley Development Agency. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your time now.
Okay, thank you. I must send my appreciation to Li Meixue, Fu Zhang. Actually, this is the, so let's give her a round of applause. Because this actually started the AN since 2013. He actually initiated in the APEC meeting. Due to her dedication and enthusiasm, and in the meeting actually got approved. We actually got sponsorship for 2 years. So we are able to invite the international partner come to Taiwan, and then so we created APEC Accelerator Network. Of course, during the APEC, the program, that cannot be forever, right? So it's 2 years after, and we say, okay, that's how about we change the name to A and still use the same name, but they call the Asia Pacific Accelerator Network. And we continue the relationship with all our partners, not just networking. We try to think about more business contact, and then we try to find a really who interested in terms of the Taiwan startup. And actually, they're starting having their own so-called a national program. And so today, we're actually very lucky. We actually have 4 speakers here. And then we actually one speaker from China. Unfortunately, he didn't get the visa. The admission is like June 1st. That would be tomorrow, right? So unfortunately, we don't have him join us. But then we actually have 4 speakers, the panelists actually from 4 different regions, country. Laurent is really from France, right? And he is so engaged to the Taiwan startup. He is everywhere in terms of all the event. He likes to promote the La French Tech. So, and he kind of offering, I'm not sure he's going to announce something, but then, he's going to offer more and more for the Taiwan startup to go to France. And Sansanee from Thailand, and then we've been working together for many years, and we actually been helped by their program successfully for our Taiwan company, and go directly to Thailand, engage the Southeast Asia country, and the Kouichi, right? Kouichi. Sorry for that. We have first company go phase actually go visit the startup visa in Fukuoka city, and the city-wise is so-called the I would say very aggressively invite international startup to go to their city and promote them, accelerate them in a very best way. So I did really excellent program. We have been working with Tokyo for many years, but not quite success. But Fukuoka city actually did very excellent job. We almost no time thing got passed through, right? So we were not just the first, we're going to offer the most to Fukuoka city. Deb is our leader in the Asia Silicon Valley program, which is a high national program. I think the Peter mentioned about like, I don't know, 3 billion, 5 billion. It's a huge money anyway, a lot, right? We just need 1% for that. I think he's the CEO of the operation, so he's accountable. If it's success, we give him a part. If not, we give him a hard time. Because he is the CEO of the program, he actually need to take in charge of everything. We are kind of follow his instruction and try to do things. Because we have after my talk, we probably have 65 minutes. I would probably give 10 minutes each for our panelists, talk in detail because you are here to try to get in touch with the so-called regional resource. I always tell my companies that we need to get unfair advantage. We go to the different region, we go to a different country. We really like to get some unfair advantage so we can be more successful. And these four person actually try to give you a so-called unfair advantage. Let's give the first talk to Laurent. Okay.
Thank you very much. It's my great honor to be invited by EAN to participate in this panel. And my great honor also to talk at InnoVEX with a very fantastic fair for startups. So my name is Laurent. I've been in Taiwan for more than a year. I work for the French government. So I work closely with a French office in Taipei, and I deal with innovation and technology. So I'm here to see what are the most innovative technology developed in Taiwan that I should bridge to French companies, and what are the most promising French innovation we have that could benefit also from the Taiwanese industry in terms of cooperation and access to the global market. So my office, I'm currently hosted by the Taiwan Ministry of Science and Technology. That's where is my office. But today I will speak on behalf of French Tech Taiwan, which is a new ecosystem, new network of French and Taiwanese people involved in helping startups to go global. So basically helping Taiwanese startups to go to France and Europe, and helping French startups, more and more of them, to come to Taiwan. And there is a French Tech booth here with, I think, 13 French startups. So I invite you also to have a look later. So I will maybe later talk about La French Tech and what it is, and everybody introduce. Oh, I can go on, that's great. So you cannot talk, guys, sorry. So first I want to talk about France. There's a long, long history in France on innovation in any sectors, biotech, also ICT, of course, and many other industrial sectors. A lot of good universities and top engineering schools. Big multinationals also in many sectors, pharma, we mentioned Estée earlier as well, who are in Taiwan. So we had basically everything to do innovation, but until maybe a decade, we lacked the tool to do startups. So to have innovation, not from the pipe universities, big companies, but directly from the students, and to have new projects, new useful tools, because the youth is very, something is correlated to innovation, because they see the new way to use the things we designed years ago. They see new way to think, they think out of the box. So we need to implement some tools to make all those people express themselves. Maybe we also grew tired to see all those talented people go to Silicon Valley, which is extremely good, but we wanted to see why we cannot do it in France. So French Tech, La French Tech was created, I think, 2013. It's an initiative from both the public and the private sector. Basically, the French government decided, okay, let's talk to students, let's talk to universities, let's talk to existing accelerators and incubators, let's talk to large companies. And what we should do to find the next good startups, to help them accelerate their growth, and to bring them on the global market. So they decided to create a label called La French Tech. So it's a very cute logo with a rooster. You can see it again next to here. And they gave a label to 14 cities in France. So each cities, regardless the applicants were public or private sector, needed to prove they are on their territory enough entrepreneur, enough mentors, investors, incubator, etc. They needed to prove they have all the resources to identify new startups, new talents, to accelerate them and to bring them on the global market. So it has been done very successfully. So first through those 13 cities, they get a lot of branding and promotion from the government. For instance, since 2 years, now thanks to La French Tech, we bring about 130 French startups to CES Las Vegas, which is the biggest foreign startup delegation after the, in CES. They give a lot of tools to promote the startup abroad through different programs, and quick access to some seed funding. So France is, I think now, is funding more startups than Germany, so it's second after the UK in Europe, which is very necessary also to help the startup. So there are a few specific programs under La French Tech. One is a French Tech ticket. It started also a year ago. 30 foreign startups were accelerated in Paris. One of them were Taiwanese startup. This year, they also sponsor 70 startups from all over the world to be accelerated or incubated for a year in one of the 41 selected incubators in France. We also, then I will shift to the local chapter of La French Tech, which is called French Tech Taiwan, which I'm animating and try to make the network grow bigger here in Taiwan. For this year, we have already 2 acceleration programs for Taiwanese startup. One is from the French government, the Foreign Affairs. We have a program of 1 week acceleration for deep tech Taiwanese startup. So the deadline was 2 days ago, I'm so sorry, but we received at least 20 candidate applications, and we will sponsor 3 of them to go to Paris, discover the French ecosystem, and have a lot of B2Bs with potential technological partners, VCs, or even clients. The second program is from a private partner, which is also a member of French Tech Taiwan. It's a bank called Crédit Agricole, and they have a huge incubator in Paris, which I think has already incubated or accelerated 400 startups over there. They have very good contact with all the bank clients, of course, and they are going to sponsor 1 Taiwanese startup. For 2 co-founders will be sponsored to go to France probably in October or November for 1 week and meet with mentor, investors, client of the bank or interested in their technologies. So they are targeting Taiwanese IoT company. And I think they work also closely with the AAPS to have to organize a challenge, I think, the beginning of July in Taiwan. Voilà, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So actually, they're offering a lot of so-called 1 week program. We actually work closely with them, and hopefully our company will be selected. You know, the Jarvis Chess Wing. Okay, our next panelist is Sansanee. Actually, she's in charge of the Startup Thailand. There's a various program. I think in July they also have the big event. She actually in charge of the software part, the innovation ecosystem. So let's welcome the Sansanee.
Hello. First of all, I would like to thank you, Taiwan, to invite me to be on the stage today. And actually, I came to this event last year, and then this year I see many technology updates. And I have some slides, so I can control by myself. So Thailand is one of the Asian members. So I would like to talk something about Thailand. Yeah. Thailand doesn't have winter, so welcome anytime if you would like to escape from winter. And this is some record of Thailand. So you can see that I cannot see, can I go see the slide? The foreign direct investment of Thailand is a very high growth, is a 21%.
You can stand up, you know.
Yeah, if you
want to?
yeah.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I will stand up because I cannot remember my slide. So you can see that long time ago, Thailand is a destination for the foreigner to go to Thailand and make an investment, and the board of Thailand investment working hard, very hard, especially in Taiwan. I see many of Taiwan buy the luxury house or condominium, and like a Japan, they build up the manufacturing of like a Toyota or something in Thailand. So that's why the FDI inflows growth is 21% if over past 6 years. So it's very interesting. We are the second place is of doing business among the emerging ecosystem in East Asia. So I think many reasons that the foreign investor go to Thailand. Yeah, this is some information about Thailand. I focus on the mobile penetration, messaging application, YouTube, and smartphone. So we are very obviously that we are not technology inventor like in Taiwan, but we are technology absorber. So one thing that I would like you, if you are a startup and you would like to go to Thailand, one thing that you should not forget, if you would like to go to the consumer product, so you should go through the customer by the like a social media or something, because Thailand very love a Facebook or YouTube or something. So this is strategy for your business to Thailand. Now we try to be Thailand 4.0. Before we are agriculture, so we are labor incentive to plant the rice and many things. And next, we are Thailand 2.0. It's like we just bring some technology to our country. I think it's 20 years ago. And then I think right now it's a Thailand 3.0. It's like we buy technology from Europe, from Taiwan, from Japan, and then we make the manufacturing in Thailand. And now it changed. I think just recently, since last year, our Prime Minister announced that we will be Thailand 4.0. It means we try to build up our technology, not just absorb technology, but it's not easy in the part of I am the government agency. So startup will play the important roles to Thailand to be the Thailand 4.0. This is a Thailand startup ecosystem in 2013. So the ecosystem of the startup will compose of the venture capital, and we have some incubator, accelerator to help the startup to establish their business or company. We have some co-working space, we have training, media or something. And then you see in 2015, it's kind of more number of the venture capital around the world go to Thailand. And this is 2 years ago. This is right now. 2017, our ecosystem to build up Thailand startup have a lot of players. And if you remember my second slide, before the foreigner come to invest in Thailand about manufacturing or some land or something, but now the investor turn their attention to make an investment of the startup. That's why we're going to have Startup Thailand. And this is something that since last year, Thai government will build up the National Startup Committee to fully support to startup. So we will do 4 strategy. The first one is we have to build up awareness about startup to our people. And 2 years ago, I am one of the core team to build up the policy and many conflict about what is startup, what is SME, how different between startup and SME. I don't know your country have this problem or not, but this year we try to say that you don't need to be argue about how different between startup and SME, so we just go for it. And then we put up the keywords of the startup that the startup have to have the innovative business model and they have to able to scale. The second, our strategy is we change something about regulations. We see Singapore that I have many friends from Singapore. He said that the advantage is you can set up the company in Singapore just in one day. But in Thailand, you have to go many places until you set up the company. So it's like, it's not easy. So we have to go to change our regulation and law to support the startup in Thailand. And then we do more about incubators because incubators is something that make the startup can establish the company very systematic. And we, like my incubator have a good network, so you cannot stand alone. Yeah, sorry, this is mess. This is something summarized about strategy of us, because we discuss a lot what is the strategy in Thailand to build up the startup Thailand. Moreover, actually first time I came to Taiwan 3 years ago, and I never come to Taiwan in my life. And then 3 years ago, I come here, and I see that Taiwan begin to set up the accelerator. I am incubator, so I am so wondering that what difference between incubator and accelerator, and how can these two center can support the startup or entrepreneur in Thailand. So right now I have the question that I am still be an incubator to nurture the first year, second year, third years of the startup, and then we'll build up the vertical accelerator. I will show you later. Okay. This is something that we just came up for we need to categorize the startup. So we categorize startup in Thailand in nine sectors because it's more easy for us to matching and to support them. And very important that if we set up the categories very, very clearly, so we will have like a policy of the government very clearly too. Like we have the sandbox for fintech. So we drill down that if we would like to support the agri-tech startup, so what is the policy, what is the mechanism that we should have? And then very important that we learn from network. So I have many friends from many countries who run Accelerator and Incubator, also Taiwan NCTU. So I learn a lot about them, and then we sharing. Okay, I go back. Okay, go back to my seat. And then, actually, I have a sixth question to make this presentation, but Dr. Huang doesn't have that question. I'm so surprised. And I think if you're a startup, and I think it's very important that if you would like to go across the country to do the market, maybe you need helper. Like if a Taiwanese startup come to my incubator, I don't have any program like French Tech have the program that can make the startup across the country. But if you are a members of like a NCTU Accelerator or some accelerator that I know, so I will fully help the startup from the other country to come to the Thai market. So I think a partner is a key strategy for the country to need to be built up, and it's a lot of help to the startup. Thank you.
Thank you. I will give you. It's a good progress. The way I see, there's a tremendous the changes in Thailand now. I think the old Thai, we always think that if we want to go to Southeast Asia, we should go to Singapore first, right? But apparently it's not the case no more. And because we go to Malaysia directly, we go to Thailand directly, we actually do go to the region directly because they are so aggressive in terms of make changes. I think the Fukuoka...
I forgot one thing because I would like to promote about Startup Thailand. Can you give me 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
So July 6 to 9 will be Startup Thailand. And then could you please open the video, please? Yeah.
The video.
And then I just would like to introduce about Startup Thailand last year. Now you have to go to the end of slides. So welcome everyone if you want to go to Thailand and networking to the global ecosystem of the startup. Sounds, please.
The sound?
Thank you.
Okay, done? Okay, great, thanks. Our next panelist is I really think they make Japan change, where I see, because they are so different mindset and pushing things so quickly, and the Matono-san actually is the leader of the Star Fukuoka. So your time.
大家好，我是Tia. My name is Kouichi Matono, Director of Startup Policy in Fukuoka Local Government. これからちょっと日本語でちょっとお話をします。福岡市役所のスタートアップの担当をしています。で、今日ちょっと福岡のことをご紹介したいのは2つあります。福岡皆さんご存知ですか？
So he is in charge of the Fukuoka City startup policy. And he asked you, so have you ever been to Fukuoka City?
Yes.
So not Japan, Fukuoka City. So
Fukuoka
few,
City,
right?
yeah.
この地図でいうと台湾の島から一番近い島の九州のところにあります。直行便が多分台北から今5往復か4往復ぐらいあると思います。
So in this map, Japan, Fukuoka City is located in this point, the small island. And now Taipei City and Fukuoka City has a direct flight every day.
で、この福岡シティなんですけども、日本で今一番スタートアップがもう圧倒的に盛んな都市です。で、それは日本の国の統計の中でもスタートアップを図る開業率という数値があるんですけども、3年連続で日本一になってます。それから日本の大都市の中で唯一と言っていいほど人口が増えていまして、東京よりも今人口が増えています。で、特に日本は少子高齢化なんですけども、若者それから女性が多い都市、これも日本一です。で、そういったその福岡というのはそのビジネスがとてもやりやすくて、こういう先ほどご説明したようにアジアに近い、それからコンベンションの数も東京の次いで2番目、それから高い技術を持っていますので、とてもスタートアップが今伸びているところの町です。これを一つ目として覚えておいてください。
So he mentioned 2 points. The first point is Fukuoka City is the only kind of the major famous city in Japan for the startup. He mentioned that the number of the startup companies is every year many startup companies establish a company in Fukuoka City, and that number is top ranked for 3 years in Japan. And the next point is the and Fukuoka City is increasing the population actually. Every year 1.5 15,000 people every year increasing. So this is a very good condition for another Japanese city because Japan is already started the population decreasing. And and also the young people of the ratio of the young people is very high in Fukuoka City. So that is a good point for the Fukuoka City.
で、このスタートアップの話でいうと、今その福岡市はその海外との連携を日本で唯一しっかりとやっている都市です。で、今日の会場でちょうど台北市のスタートアップアット台北のブースの中に福岡市がブースを出している。これなぜかというと、福岡市と台北市が MOU を結んで相互でスタートアップを応援しようというようなことの一環でやっています。例えば先ほどご説明があったみたいにゴルフェイスさん、新築市かな、新築市のゴルフェイスさんが福岡に来てゴルフェイスさんの台湾のスタートアップのサポートも福岡市がやっている、そういうのを積極的にやっている都市です。
And Fukuoka City has very aggressive to communicate with another foreign cities. Actually, last year we agreed 4 cities to agree the MOU for the startups. Taipei and Bordeaux City in France, and Helsinki City and Tallinn City. And actually, in this event, Fukuoka City had a booth, and we bring a few startup companies from Japan. And startup Taipei in the startup Taipei booth. And because actually last February we agreed MOU from Fukuoka City and Taipei City. This is the reason why we are coming here. And actually, this outcome is already started because last month, Golfest, which is a Taiwanese startup company, already started to business in Fukuoka city. So this is the kind of the good information for the many Taiwanese startup companies.
で、2点目、に覚えておいてほしいのは日本の国家戦略特区という法律を規制緩和するエリアがあります。で、それの唯一スタートアップ分野での国家戦略特区というのが日本では福岡市なんです。でというのは福岡というか、日本でなかなか法律が難しい面があると思います。スタートアップで新しいものを作ってもそれがたとえ良くても世の中で普及するとは限らないです。例えばウーバーの例でも法律が違えば日本ではNG だったりします。でところが福岡市ではスタートアップビザであったり外国人をオープンにするような法律を特別扱いするような規制緩和をしたりするようなそういった国家戦略特区唯一の都市です。
So we are the only city for the special national zone for startups in Japan. So we can do a lot of things. For example, the new technology like Uber or unmanned car or drone or like those new technology implement to the society, we always face to the regulation. However, because we are special national zone, we try to deregulate those rules. So that is the only city, the Fukuoka. So many people choose the Fukuoka city. That is the only reason. And
で、例えばビザを緩和したときに第1号で僕らが認めたスタートアップのビザを緩和して第1号がフランス人のカップルでしたし今福岡のインキュベート施設で第1号として入っていただいているサポートしているのが台湾の会社だったりするわけです。
And since we are special national zone startups, so we have the startup visa program. The startup visa means before Japan is very difficult to get a working visa, but if the foreign people want to establish a company in Fukuoka city, we provide a startup visa for 6 months. And the first startup visa, how can I say, holder is from France actually. And now, we have the great incubation center, which is called the Fukuoka Growth Next, and the only foreign company is the Golfest from Taiwan, so on.
で以上が2点、申し上げたいところなんですけども伝統的に日本の国の政府は企業が日本から海外に出ることを応援して海外から日本に来ることはあまり積極的ではありませんでした。で一方で日本の自治体は逆で海外から日本に来るのを積極的で出ていくのを応援してませんでした。で今福岡市は国の制度それから福岡市自治体両方のいい面が合わさってますので出ていくことも呼ぶことも両方とも一生懸命やれるというようなわけです。以上です。
So before Japanese government support the Japanese company to go abroad, so they support a lot of money to that kind of activity, and the local government want to welcome to the foreign company to the local area. But now Fukuoka city support both, so inbound and outbound we both supporting now. So that is Fukuoka city, what the Fukuoka city is. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I'm the witness because our company actually successfully get the startup visa in Japan through their so-called very excellent help. The final is our David. David, as I said, is our CEO for Asia's Silicon Valley. So it's very critical for Taiwan from now to the next, right? So let's welcome David.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to be here to share my build of Asia Silicon Valley. But before that, I would like to just demonstrate. This is really this panel represents a small world. It's a global village. About 30 years ago, my first assignment, overseas assignment, actually is in France. Yeah, I was with a Hewlett Packard, and I worked on ISDN project, and I already working with a lot of French people in Grenoble network division, and I can see the software and the talent in France. And actually, I was invited to the Startup Nation Thailand, in July. because I met your Minister of Digital Economy at Global Entrepreneurship for Congress in South Africa. And since then, your Thailand 4.0, he told me this is exactly what Taiwan's doing, Asia, Silicon Valley. There are a lot of similarity in terms of smart city, in terms of IoT development, in terms of incubation for the startup, for the talents. So, and I also have a friend, just get your visa, get your funding to go to Japan. So we can see the demonstration of how closely the global entrepreneurship is really one ecosystem. And a lot of times we can work together to make the talented people can have a different platform. So Asia Silicon Valley actually is one of the key initiatives initiated by actually the President Tsai herself. She realized for Taiwan to move forward for the next 5 to 10 years, we need to move from the efficient-based economy to innovation-based economy. So I also thank you, Dr. Peter Shea, to give a great introduction of IoT. How great or how big is the market. So that's what Taiwan select IoT is the fast-growing sector. And because Taiwan already have a good base in the IC design, semiconductor, even the communication platform. If we can connect with their software and provide a service and application in the IoT solution, I think that's a great opportunity to cover the smart city, also the health sector, even the AI, machine learning, smart machinery, and AR, VR. This is what you have seen today. We have about more than 200 startups working in this area for the InnoVEX. So what's the Asian Silicon Valley Initiative all about? We want to create an ecosystem which is a friendly startup and entrepreneurship ecosystem for people to work together. And we also want to connect globally, not just for the local people. And we want to provide the one-stop shopping, just like Fukuoka City is doing. We want to open up the visa, welcome foreigner, welcome foreign entrepreneurs to come from everywhere from the world. And we are like to deregulate, and we want to change our regulation to be more friendly. So if you have a startup, you want to come to Taiwan, it will be just one stop. We'll give you the visa. We even will provide the funding. So when you say we have a lot of money, the government has to offer some incentive from the angel matching fund, angel investment matching fund, to the venture capital fund, to all the way to the PE fund for the M&A. So this is the complete financial sector we want to enable. Startup can work with the large enterprise. So the key message here is that not just for the local market, we want to go global. And we also would like to elect or select some of the good talented people to go beyond just Taiwan, even go to the technology clusters, maybe in Europe, maybe in different places in Silicon Valley or beyond. And we'd like to work with the country like Thailand as well. I think Southbound, the initiative, the policy is one of the key initiatives. So when I go to the startup Thailand, we are going to share how can we collaborate between Thailand and Taiwan and to create one ecosystem for both the technology and also for the market. And we can grow together. So I think overall, this is a small global village that if we work together closely in Asia, Asia has a lot of talent. And we also can work with beyond Asia to go to the global market. So that's the 2 minutes version of Asia Silicon Valley Initiative.
Okay, thank you. I always think why Taiwan, right? So why come to Taiwan? So I like to ask a question. Even Laurent said that, why Silicon Valley? Why not Paris, right? So, but there's a reason people go to Silicon Valley. There's a reason people go to China. So why France? I mean, in terms of easy to do business, get more resources, what is the selling point? We have to go to France, go to Thailand, go to Japan, Taiwan, for example. Yeah.
So very good question. Thank you. In terms of innovation, because of course France is beautiful, romantic, there is one, blah, 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 but we're talking about very serious things today. In terms of innovation, I think most of the best resources you can find in France, but I think my friend from School Lab will talk about this in the next panel, maybe better than me. It's human resources, so excellent students in R&D, tech, culture, design, which can really complete your own team, startup team, and to explore new market and new way to develop your startup. We are becoming very good in seed funding. I think we're, as I mentioned, close to top 2 in Europe. This is also quite new. So also to raise some seed funding fund in Europe, I think France is a very interesting place to be. And now, thanks to La French Tech, France has become entrepreneur-friendly ecosystem. So of course we are also entrepreneur visa. We will have soon a French tech visa for 4 years. For the founder, his spouse can go together in France and set up the project. So La French Tech can help you have all the doors open. I think 15 years ago, even a French entrepreneur. So earlier I say we lack entrepreneurship. It's not true. We lack entrepreneurship friendly ecosystem, which is not the case now. Now you go to a bank, they know what is a startup, they might accompany you. Maybe 50 years ago, the bank would have asked, what is a startup? Then you explain. Then why you come to see my bank? They wouldn't get it. Or why you don't ask your parents to give you money for your little kid project, for instance. But now I think there is a vision and everybody is on the same shares the same vision. Either it is a VC, either it is a multinational, either it is a local government. Oh, startup, yes, La French Tech, we know who to talk to. We know how to give you some advices. And I think if you go to Paris, for instance, there are 100 accelerators and incubators, all in touch with universities, in touch with big companies, in touch with thousands of SMEs. And they know how to help you to connect to those people who will give you the best advices. So I think right now there is a great dynamic in France. I think if you check the website of La French Tech, I think they talk about enthusiasm, optimism. I think that's everybody think it's very fun to help those startups. They have to be successful because they have a great invention, great innovative solution, and everybody wants to be with you. So I think really the door are open for all entrepreneurs of the world to come to France, and you will find people to talk to. So of course, for the more standard resources, I say some seed money, HR, mentoring, large companies also who have global markets for those multinationals.
Okay, that's very good. I mean, the whole culture change and also with the lifestyle, right? Okay, how about Sansanee? I mean, why Thailand?
I don't want to answer these questions because I am the one who is one of the core team of the Science and Technology Minister that tell anybody in Thailand that we don't need to tell that why you have to come to Thailand, but we will use the word that Thailand is a gateway to Southeast Asia. So I think right now many countries would like to go to the Southeast Asia, right? And Thailand is low cost of living. So we have many of tourism. We have startup from Europe come to Chiang Mai, north of Thailand, to stay and develop something very good. So I think we are like the gateway to Southeast Asia. And because we still under to change our law and regulation to support the foreigner to come to Thailand and very easy to stay. And Thailand, we are very friendly. And then we know culture of like a Southeast Asia, like Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, or Brunei, because we have AEC, the Asian Economic Communities. So if you stop by Thailand first, and then to be the best before you go to Southeast Asia, I think it's maybe the better way. And we can help, we know AEC, the Asian culture, and we quite know the market in Southeast Asia. So I can say that you can use Thailand to be the gateway to Southeast Asia. That's why you have to come to Thailand and go to Startup Thailand.
Okay. I actually can add on that. Day tree start very fairly, very helpful. You know, as a gateway to Southeast Asia, I think there's a there's a good evidence for that. How about the Fukuoka city?
福岡の強みは日本の強みは時代を先に行ってると思ってます。それは1年2年ではなくて20年30年ぐらい先に行ってると思ってます。
So Fukuoka, why Fukuoka? Because Fukuoka or Japan is so advanced for maybe not 1 year or 2 years, but 10 years or 20 years.
なぜかというと今日ここのイベントであったり、あるいは去年来たアイデアショー、それから他の国のこういった展示会とか来てすごく日本と違和感がある、違うなと思ってます。それは展示されているものが違うなと思ってます。で、なぜ違うかというと日本でIoT とかこういったコンピューテックスというものの人々の関心は少子高齢化そういったものを目前にしてますんで、介護とかそれからもう一つは地震とか災害が多いのでそういった災害を減災するようなそういったものに使おうというような思想があります。決してスーパーカーを作ろうというような発想というのは今日本人は関心がなくて、でこれはおそらく台湾も他の国もこれから20年30年、先に直面するようなことだと思っています。
So why I already mentioned the advanced because we are most advanced aging society, and our new technology, our program is based on the social program for those aging society. So actually we went to a lot of like kind of big show, and many startup companies appeal to the new technology, what we can do or what this is super or something. However, we don't need it because we want to solve those problems. So like more than 30% of the population gonna be 65 years old or those things. So we need to solve those problems using the technology or like social power. So that is kind of our how can I say focuses on the point. And this this kind of point we are so advanced, and this is very different from the another maybe city or market. And however, the social, this kind of aging society is the same problem. Maybe the Korea or Taiwan or China or like those many countries also they have a problem. So if we see our market, this is maybe easy to move to another country.
これはヨーロッパに行くとどこに行ってもグリーンテックとかクリーンテックというのが言われて、でそれが世界に広まったようにまた同じようなことが起こるんじゃないかと思ってます。そういう意味で、日本の特徴であり強みであるとは思ってます。以上です。
I think this is kind of big trend. Like a few years ago, the Europe started the green tech or clean tech, and those kind of trend gonna be spread to the all over the world. And I think with this kind of social aging society's problem is also spread to the over the world. So I think this is a big trend. Thank you.
Okay, I think the Taiwan is not the way there's a big challenges to have an international startup come to Taiwan. So how about you think about this? How we're going to make it happen? Yeah.
Sure. Well, let me just use one example. For one of the most successful angel investment I ever made, although it's in Silicon Valley, but actually it has a great tie with Taiwan. So why Taiwan Matter? So the company is called Next Green Technology. I am one of the early angel investors. So when they come to Taiwan, they know, because they're ASIC design, who to go to for the foundry. There's not that many. So they have to choose Taiwan. And for the hardware, for the communication, the key component, even for the box, Taiwan give them the best deal or the best manufacturing capability to integrate. So what I would say, Taiwan does offer the most educated, talented people, because for startup, I think talent is very important, people is very important. So that's why they choose Taiwan to be one of the key partner in terms of the hardware, in terms of a lot of people related business. So later on, that company was so successful, being able to IPO and sold to Juniper Network. And I would say for a startup, whoever can leverage the most value added, from each country, if you can sourcing the different value added to your, startup product or go to market, that would be the chance for you to be successful. I cannot tell you that Taiwan has the most money. It's not true. So, but Taiwan has a lot of money, but they just don't have a friendly investment environment. But the good news is we are changing the regulation. We are loosening up to have more incentive to put in the angel investment, and also for the government to offer more money to lead or to share the risk of the early stage company. So that's why we decide to use national investment fund to not subsidize, to invest and be able to lead the key technology or the key startup initiative in Taiwan. And we are not just limited to Taiwan team. We are welcome international team to come over to Taiwan to have a partnership, or even to just have a subsidiary or your wholly owned division. What Taiwan can offer in many aspects, I think if you can leverage it, then it will increase the chance of success. The hit rate will be higher. So that's what we have to do, a lot of things to make it happen down the road.
Okay, thank you. That's what the N is about, because we actually created a Taiwan Startup Gateway. We also offering the 1 week, 1 month program for international startup to come to us. And also we have international partner, we can actually send our team to go overseas. But I'd really like to, because we have 20 minutes, the last question I'd like to ask, which David already gave an example. We need one example, successful example, see how you really help international company go to your country and become very successful. Any good example?
Of foreign companies in France?
Doesn't have to be Taiwan company though, yeah.
A few examples of French startups raised very great funding. So I will give a few, like Sigfox in IoT, raised maybe last C round or maybe 100 million euros after they already raised 150 million euros 2 years before that. We have a few cases of French startup invested by Taiwanese company. And one is in the booth called Devialet, doing a sound system. Were invested by Foxconn. So they are all French technology, developed in France, made in France, but invested by foreign startup. As a foreign startup who went to France, actually I don't know, because first the French tech ticket program started last year. Okay. So we have currently in France maybe 100 foreign startups within this program. We need maybe to wait for a few years to see how they grew and etc. But if I will continue to think about it, probably there are some examples, but I have to have a look closer here. French successful case, of course, we have, like okay. BlaBlaCar as well for the car sharing services. In terms of raising fund and going abroad, but foreigner company going to France, we have, but I'm afraid I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I think together we're going to make one successful case in France. How about Sansanee? Any?
I will raise the example about Thai and Taiwan company. I think just last year that we do Startup Thailand in April, and then your Accelerator bring some of the company over there, and my incubator helping you to do business matching. Actually, we take Taiwan team to many places in Bangkok. And then bingo, just one case that get a successful. And Taiwan have a really good technology. And Thailand, they are developed, actually this company is very good in Thai market. And she is very good to go to the Indonesia and Myanmar or something. When those two company matching very well, and Taiwan have ability to raise fund to expand their company and make their technology more intensive. So they transfer the technology to Thai company, and then they are together go to Myanmar market, go to Indonesia, because Thai company know a minister in Indonesia that Taiwan will not do that in the quick time. So I think this is quite successful, that you have to know the strength of your company and then do the successful business matching, and then they grow together. So I think, and then the Taiwan company would like to set up the office in Bangkok. So Thai company help them to recruit, because we know that how to manage employee in Thailand to help them to set up the company. I think this is quite successful, but it's not easy and it's not fast, and it need to use our power to linkage together and know the objective and know the strength of each company, and then do the good matching together. I think this one is a good example.
I think this is the unfair advantage I mentioned. I think Laurent going to have an example.
So I have two examples. Actually, a Taiwanese startup. The first is participated in French Tech Ticket last year. It's called Gaia's Automotive. Sorry, the name in Taiwanese is Gaia Teacher. So they participate in 6-month incubation, and they sign a partnership with Renault, which is a French car maker. So they are still, now they have an office in Paris and still developing over there. Second one is also from Taiwanese company called Think Tank, and they participate in a program in Paris as well. And they have a partnership with the local metro company also to give some service app and more information to the users. So I think we have a few successful cases. And participants for the French Tech Ticket last year, I think 30% of them opened a kind of office or branch in France after they participated in the program, which proved that they found what they were looking for with them.
Yeah, actually, that's Origin Fab, which we also collaborate with. David,
let me just cut in to comment on the Thailand. I would say Thailand government is extremely aggressive. Just the last 2 months, I got a phone call, basically a phone call from this, Minister of Digital Economy. And I also get an invitation of Minister of Science and Technology to go to Thailand. At first, when I met the minister in Johannesburg, he basically just said, we can meet, but you cannot take any picture, and you cannot mention it. We need to do it, privately. I said, no problem. 3 days later, after the, conference, we took picture. He invited other 10 countries in, Zhongnan Bandao, the neighbors countries, to meet with Taiwan delegation. Initially, and he started inviting me to go back to Thailand and say, how can we partnership with Taiwan? And after that, there are 2 groups of people. One is the Foreign Chamber of Commerce chairman, come to visit in my office in Taipei. And the other one is Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. 4 people come to the office. I think Thailand demonstrates the aggressiveness of how to do the international collaboration and partnership. And that's exactly innovation and also entrepreneurship spirit. And I kudos to Thailand government's effort here.
Thank you.
Okay, I believe Taiwan also do the same thing, right? Okay, I think the Matono-san also have the example, right?
台湾の企業は、日本福岡に来てすごく成功するに違いないと思ってます。というのが僕が台湾に来てですね、一番世界の中で文化が近いし、人との話、ビジネスの交渉がしやすい街だと思ってます。言葉の、漢字も多少分かるし、それから食べ物もそうです。住みやすいし、綺麗な街だし。でおそらく台湾の人も福岡に来るとおそらくビジネスはとてもしやすいとは思ってますね。ただ一つ壁にぶち当たるのが言葉の問題であったり召喚集の問題、それからパートナーを探す問題だと思います。でそんな時に福岡市はもうハンズオンで一人一人を一つ一つの会社を育てて成功させるというようなやり方に今変えています。で、中でも例えばゴルフェスさんにはもう会社まで設立をするように支援をしました。
For many Taiwanese people or Taiwanese startup, Japan or Fukuoka is most, how can I say, easy to come to, easy to, how can I say, live compared to another foreign city, because the food or, kind of way of living or way of thinking or life, those kind of culture is very similar. And many Japanese people are up to Taiwanese people, and Taiwanese people also are up to us. So I think that is the most strength of our kind of area. And the only negative point is Japanese language, because many Japanese people only speak Japanese, and this is kind of the big hurdle for foreign people. However, Japanese people use kanji. Kanji is the Chinese, right? So if we write paper, maybe we can communicate more easily. And of course, for foreign startups have a problem like how to establish a company. Like the paper need to written in Japanese or like those things is the kind of the hurdle. However, Fukuoka City and support for those companies from the like legal problem to the tax account, full package to support. And like Goldface, they already established their company in Japan, and they already rent a room, and they already have an office in Fukuoka City, and all the and also they are connecting to the big companies or those kind of the stakeholder or partners, and those kind of full package support is our strength. So we are very welcome to come to Fukuoka.
で日本で成功する、日本でビジネスをした外国企業は必ず東南アジアでまた成功するようです。というのが東南アジア、それから他の東アジアの国々で日本で流行っている、それから日本で売れている商品だというのをよく日本で大人気とかっていうような形でまた PR をしてマーケットを取っていくというような、そういうような手法をよく取られてます。そういう形でまず福岡でビジネスをしてみるというのはいいとは思ってます。
So once they come to Japan and they get a good reputation in Japan, this is very good contribute to increase their brand. And once their brand is established, it's very easy to expand another country. So this is the another strength of us.
Okay, thank you. Only like 9 minutes left, right? So I'd like to lead the question to the audience. Any tough questions for the panelists here? I think it's quite open. You can ask any questions that you think you have a doubt. You don't believe, you want to go, and you don't know the reasons. Any questions from audience? If no, I think we actually thank you all our panelists here, and I think they have very informative, and they're willing to help you. I think they have a various national programs, and they can really help you if you want to go, and certainly. Our program, which is sponsored by the Ministry of Economic Affairs, they can actually help you to facilitate that with all our international partners. For the next section, we have all the Accelerator partners. They're actually going to stay here and say how they're going to invest you, what kind of criteria they're going to make. And so also a partner in the triple, they have the fast prototyping. Like David said, people looking for Taiwan still think about manufacturing is the #1 priority. We are go beyond that, but that's very essential that we actually can generate value for the international company. Again, thank you all our panelists.